Mike, you are an avid user of Goodreads, and
Yeah.
I'd love to know what you think of this. I'll call it a. I'm going to call it a bold rebrand because they did bold part of that logo at least a little bit. What do you think
They,
about
they
this rebrand?
they are emboldened by this rebrand.
That's good.
I'm gonna run with your bold statement.
That's awesome.
I like it. I like the new logo. I think it is a vast improvement over the old one. That thing was just not distinct at all.
Yeah.
It did not work on their app. Like the app icon was just like it just didn't look like anything. But I think one thing that maybe they're missing with the new rebrand is that the old one really was distinct with the color. So I
Hmm.
like that kind of like brownish color. I think that was like from an app standpoint, it was like every app on my phone feels like the same color palette, like
Yeah.
bright blues and a few reds here and there, yellows, greens. But that brown was interesting with on kind of that beige background. But I need to see what did they keep that?
It's
I'll
like a
find out
yellow
right now.
now.
Oh no, they kind of kept the tan color, but it's more of a black
Yeah.
with the G. I love the G. The G is
Yeah.
like really distinct. I love the serif font. Like I read somewhere, someone was like, I think it was on Reddit. Someone was like, "Wait, an app all about books uses a serif font? Who would have thought?"
Mm-hmm.
Um, like I think that was a great move for them, and overall, really solid logo. I do feel as I look at it, the more I look at it, the more I'm like, there's something still a little bit like off about it, and I can't tell what it is. It might be the fact that it feels like there's three O's in a row.
Yeah.
Um, like there's just Goodreads. I don't know. And maybe it's that the G I almost want even more distinctive than the rest of the logo. I
The
think that's part of it.
G, if you were going to look at that with three O's, the O that makes up the G is like, it's like 45 degrees.
Yeah, it's a little off.
And I don't like that.
People that read books are a little off, Sam.
Because you've got the G, the O, the D, all of the little oval shapes are the same except for the G. So that bothers me.
Yeah, I yeah, and I know they say like, oh, the G is a magnifying glass with an open book underneath,
Mm-hmm.
which it actually looks like a closed book to me. Looks like two covers.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure I see the open book, but um, okay, I guess that's kind of there. Uh, they're not a search platform, so I don't really understand the magnifying glass. Like,
You're
is that
pouring into the books, Mike. You're reading
yeah?
books with a
Your
magnifying
eyesight
glass.
is that bad that you've got to use magnifying glasses to read your next novel. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure I
Maybe.
understand that part, but and then as one article said, if this is a sign of things to come for the rest of the app, then two thumbs up.
Yeah.
And yeah, we got some
Hope
cool
for
stuff here.
improvements.
It's an
Yeah.
improvement. I love it. I think it's a really good, solid improvement, and I give it two thumbs up.
That's fantastic. Yeah, it does seem like maybe this rebrand being a success, which, by the way, positive reception on a rebrand for a product like this is
Yeah,
very rare.
it
It's
is.
very rare, right? I mean, people just love to hate on rebrands, but it's such a vast improvement on the visual side of the brand.
Yep.
There are, I think, a lot of people that are hoping that carries into the actual UX and the user experience on the platform itself, which, from we're branding people from a brand perspective. You would hope that your technical team can deliver for the brand when you do something like that, right? It's like you can't just slap a new logo on something and expect everything to be great. Obviously, you have to follow that up with the technical side of things, or if you're B2B service, you got to follow that up with the service, or keep the service level, the high surface level, the same. But I do think that it is, like you said, Mike, the old logo on the mobile side of things was like super difficult.
Yep.
And I'm sure in today's day and age, like Goodreads is basically just a mobile app. I mean, that I would assume that's how everybody uses it. So
I would assume that too. That's how I primarily use it. I do occasionally use the like website version, the .com version. If I'm searching for books and I happen to be at my laptop or my computer, it's there. One thing I will say, there's just a lot of opportunities, I think, for Goodreads to really expand this beyond the logo. Like, I mean, we're kind of going back a step here, but like, their integration with Amazon, so they're owned by Amazon, right?
yeah.
I don't think they don't play that up very much, which maybe is a good thing. Maybe people don't like to think about how maybe integrated Goodreads could be with Amazon. I think actually they should do a lot more integration with Amazon. Like there's things where I've been like, hey, I wish my Goodreads lists could be turned into wish lists you could purchase from on Amazon, so I could send them to friends and family for like birthday or Christmas gifts or something like that. Like I kind of have to manage that list separate from Amazon. There's some other stuff. They have a ton of quotes from books cataloged by users and tagged, but they're really hard to find in the app. They're not very, like, you can search for them on like Google easier than you can within their app. I think there's just a lot of metadata around books. They do a good job with like book reviews and ratings and synopsis and that kind of stuff. But I think there's like a whole nother layer of like unpacking what is memorable from a book, you know, lots of like metadata you could start capturing from users. So I don't know, like to me, there's a little element of like, it's a great app. I like that it keeps track of what I've read, what I want to read. Yeah, a little bit of social element to it. I can see what some of my friends are reading.
Yeah.
But overall, it's like, it's basically a glorified spreadsheet of what I've read and what I plan to read. And I think long term, they've got to really uncover like what makes them special, what makes this like a really interesting place to be that is beyond like, okay, I checked the box that I read today or that I finished this book. What else am I going to load up in here? I even think about like, I read a lot of library books, like specifically digital books on my phone through an app called Libby. I would be amazing if they could integrate Libby with Goodreads, and they probably won't because that defeats the purpose of Amazon. But there's just things where I'm like, man, I just think there's a lot of integrations that they could do a good job with and really like make it a really interesting place to be around books. But that's just me. That's one user and venting a little bit, but
Yeah.
and then, the last point here that we want to look at is like timing and accessibility. I think definitely the accessibility is huge. It's way easier to read, much better G on my phone. I can spot that thing way quicker. What about the timing, Sam?
Yeah, I think timing is, I mean, it's been a while. I think this is their first rebrand, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's their first rebrand in 20 years or something. So, and I think, Mike, like you said, going back to a serif font, which in a lot of branding, we get into a lot of branding conversations. Everybody wants to look modern and sleek and techy. And I think, you know, the simplicity of going back to a serif font, good old fashioned serif font, actually helps you stand out quite a bit. So in 2025, going back to a serif font is kind of a bold choice, and I think it was the right choice for them.
Yep. I'm going to make one final point. If they don't update the UI with this move, like they've missed a major opportunity to really like make this rebrand really cohesive. When I'm on the app, when I'm on the website, it feels tired. It feels dated. There's just a lot of things about it that it's like, man, this thing could really benefit from like a total refresh. I don't know if they'll do it or not. I don't understand the money side of Goodreads. I don't know how they make money. They've got some ads in there, but they seem pretty basic. And I think really it's just a data play for Amazon to see what people are reading.
Yeah, probably.
So But hey, Amazon's got money, so maybe pump a little bit into their UI. That'd be pretty cool.
It's a tax write-off.
I love it. Well, 3 words or less, Sam. Goodreads.
Oh gosh. Oh, Mike. Books, and books.
That was 4 words. Your "and" was an ampersand, wasn't it?
What about you?
I'm gonna go. Good, not great reads. That was also 4 letters, but
I think
words.
good, not great was 1 word.
It's hyphenated. Good, not great.
Yeah.
But I like the new logo though.
Yeah.
Great logo.
Success. We would call this rebrand a success for now.
For now, we'll see what happens.